Hello and welcome, everybody. Welcome back to the Freakin' Uncultured podcast. It's so good to be back. As always, I'm Andy, and I'm always joined by my good buddy Chandler. Chandler, how you doing today, man? How's it going?
I'm alive and well and angry at Stellar Blade, but I already told you about that last night whenever I texted you in my small little text rant.
I mean, fair, but dude, that game is so good.
It is, but the area I'm in right now pisses me off
I
to
know.
no end, so.
I think you're just biased against desert areas, though. But that's a whole other thing.
I hate desert areas in video games. Tell me you have no imagination without telling me you have no imagination.
I mean, you're in a desert, like that's how that's supposed to be. But that's
I
a
get
whole.
that, but maybe you could have gave me something else. I don't want sand.
But I disagree. But that game, like, I get it. That area is frustrating, but man, that I loved it. I loved everything about it. So,
Oh no, it's a great game so far. I'm absolutely loving it, and I'm very interested to see how it's all going to kind of come together. I do want to check out the Nier DLC that came out at some point, and then from my understanding, a sequel is in development. And from what I have played, I've played almost 30 hours of the game, and I feel like I'm pretty close to the end. I feel like this game is deserving of a sequel.
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. That game was fantastic. I haven't played the Nier DLC.
Yeah.
To be honest, I've never played Nier. In all fairness, like I've heard nothing but incredible things about him, but I've never played him. But yeah, I do want to go back and play that, and I agree that game 100% deserves a sequel. Like I said, I think that should have been up for more awards than it was, in my opinion. But that's another conversation.
Well, whenever I finish Stellar Blade, at some point I'll play Black Myth, and then we can have a whole episode dedicated to which one deserved it more.
I mean, fair. We could do a whole game of the year comparison kind of thing at that rate. Like all these games, like obviously we've both played Astrobot, and like what was the other? Oh, Elden Ring. You want to play Shadow of the Erd Tree?
I need to finish Elden Ring first, but
that DLC is intense, man. That's a whole other monster. But anyway, that's not the part. That's not the topic in this this episode per se. That's just a little side tangent.
Yeah.
But let's get to the small talk real quick, man. How have you been? I know things have been busy for you. Things have been busy for both of us. But what's going on in your life, man? Anything new? Any different changes for you?
No, not really. Tomorrow I'm going to be picking up my copy of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle for PS5. I'm super excited to play it, but I also don't want to touch it till I finish Stellar Blade. But I'm very impatient. I want to touch Indiana Jones. That sounded very inappropriate.
I mean, you do you, buddy, but
I'm sorry, Harrison Ford. but,
he gets that a lot, I'm sure. It's fine.
Yeah, no, I'm sure he does. But it's I want to play Indiana Jones a lot, but I really do need to buckle down and finish Stellar Blade first. And I probably will. So, especially because
there's one boss fight I really want you to get into in that game, so.
Yeah. Well, I'm on vacation this upcoming week, so
Woot.
yes.
Yeah.
So I plan on finishing Stellar Blade, hopping into Indiana Jones, and just kind of chilling out. So.
And more importantly, we're gonna go do some video game shopping too, which I'm excited for.
Yeah, we're gonna go game hunting.
There we go. I like that.
Yeah.
So my small talk, I have a little bit of a rant. In all fairness, I'm kind of mad.
Okay. Rant on. Let me hear it.
So, like I said, I'm a competitive gamer. I like the competitive games along with all sorts of other games, but I like different style games. But let me grab something real quick.
Okay.
Like I said, this, in my opinion, let me see if I can find the camera, is one of my favorite controllers.
Yeah.
I think the Elite controller is probably one of the best controllers they've made. It's super comfortable. I like the modular ability of it. Like, you can change everything, customize it, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I like customization. I like being able to design stuff and, make it my own, per se. Yeah. Well, Microsoft has this brilliant website called Xbox Design Labs, and you can customize and design. I didn't even know this, but you can actually 3D print your own joystick extensions and stuff like that. I didn't know that. No, I've never thought of it. Like, it's not anything I need, but
yeah, but you haven't ever messed around on the website just to see what
all was available? I have. I just never saw that option. So
okay. Fair.
But So I'm like going around and I'm like, you know what? I want to get another Elite controller. Like this one, the bumper's kind of going out on it. There's a couple things I need to update, and I just want something different. So my wife came up with the idea, and I was showing her a couple designs I made, and she came up with the idea of, why don't you make a Nessie controller? Do you know what Nessie is?
From Apex.
Yeah, the little monster-looking thing.
Loch Ness monster thing, yeah.
So I was like, that's brilliant. And I started designing all these themed by Nessie, and I came up with a design I really like. And when you go to the website, now it pulls up this giant yellow bar that says, we're not accepting payments at this time because we're changing our payment client. Sign up for notifications, and when things go live, we'll let you know. Mm-hmm. It's been down for over a month and a half.
Oh, I mean, sounds like typical Xbox activities. But...
Yeah, but my thing is like, is it ending? Are we prepping for a Series 3? Are we not doing well on design labs? Or because, I mean, in all fairness, even though this thing is my favorite, there are quality control issues with these things. These things are notorious for stick drift and the bumpers going out and stuff like that.
Yep.
So are there quality control issues they're trying to address? I just wish there was some clarification. So
you and I have also heard the rumors for years now that a Series 3 controller is in the works, so I wouldn't be surprised if there is one coming.
Oh, there is. They've already leaked like design of a new Xbox style controller, so it wouldn't surprise me if they have a Series 3 in the works too. But the point of that is I'm mad. I want to buy a custom Elite controller and I can't. So I did something else that I didn't think I would do. And I'm still not 100% on it, but I picked up, let's see where it is, one of these. It is a Scuff Envision Pro controller.
Okay.
This thing it's different.
Yeah.
But what I really like about it is all of the buttons, all the face buttons, like here and everything, the D-pad, they're all mouse click. Mm-hmm. Like, everything on this is a mouse click, very fast, responsive controller. It's got 4 buttons on the back, customization. Like, I can take the faceplate off. It's even got bumper buttons on the side. Like, I can't find my camera, but there's buttons right here on the side of the controller, and I can map them to anything.
Interesting. So, that's very interesting.
This is what I've been testing for the past few days, and I'm not 100% on it yet. I'm still kind of getting used to it, but all in all, it's like, if I could just get my custom Elite controller, I would be happy with that. That's the one thing I want more than anything, but that's my rant. Microsoft, get it together, take my money, you know, that routine.
Yeah, no, it's fair enough. So, yeah. Well, what's our topic for today, oh great leader of this episode?
All right, well, so we missed a week, and we made up for it by doing an extremely long episode, apparently.
Yeah, we sure did.
And the funny thing is we didn't even intend to do the episode that long. That just kind of happened. We're not to throw ourselves under the bus. We're kind of recording at the last minute, so now we're going to do kind of a shorter topic. We're not going to do anything super in depth. Hopefully, this will be kind of a quicker episode, so we can get it edited and all that stuff. But this topic's going to be kind of a fun one. It's going to be some of our favorite characters that are not main characters. So we've got, you know, and again, we talk about games all the time, so we're trying to find things we don't normally talk about, but these are still some of our favorite characters that aren't the main characters. So, you know, we're not talking Mario, we're not talking Donkey Kong, we're not talking Cloud or whoever. We're gonna start showing the side characters some love and some respect in this one. So,
oh yeah.
So, unless you got anything else, man, I guess I'm just gonna start this off with our first one.
I have a new angle.
Oh, yep, that is true.
And there we go. That's it.
He does have a new angle. He turned his camera probably 15 degrees to the left. So
actually, I'd moved the entire monitor.
Okay, well, I mean, that would make sense if you move the monitor too. I mean, instead of just sitting there at the angle with that. But I mean, it looks good. We got to get you some stuff behind you, like around the Astrobot poster. But
yeah.
Well, I mean, all in due time.
I'll just put up pictures of my face.
There, with some RGB lighting behind it. There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. Well, I'm gonna start this topic off with our first game. It's no secret I'm a big Monster Rancher fan. I'm pretty sure I've alluded to that once or twice before.
Monster Rancher, not Monster Hunter.
No, not a Monster Hunter fan. Sadly, I want to get into that franchise, but I can't. So this one's going to be a bit tough because it's hard to find videos that highlight the specific side characters. So some of these trailers are just going to be gameplay. But my first pick is going to be Holly from the Monster Rancher series. And this game is so much fun. And the nice thing is like it's kind of like Pokemon in the sense of you're kind of thrown into this world of going and doing your own thing. But in Pokemon, you don't really have someone to help you through all the tough parts. You're kind of just thrown into that world and said, good luck with the Elite Four. Like this one, you actually have an assistant, quote unquote. Holly's your assistant in this game because every monster breeder has an assistant that helps them. Oh, dude,
I like this little claymation intro.
Dude, it's so good. But, yeah, you actually have an assistant and they help you with the breeding and the fighting and all that stuff. And Holly was just one of those characters. I was like, man, she's super sweet. She's very she's very helpful. It was nice having that support in this game. Like, I can't remember. Have you ever played these games before?
Nope.
Man, you need to check these games out. These are so much fun. Granted, I don't think they're as good as they once were, because the games nowadays, like, you can just type in what CD or whatever you want to use, and it would just pull it up. Back in the day, you actually had to open the PlayStation, pull the game out, put your CD in, it would read the serial number off it, then you would pull the CD out, put the game back in, and then it would give you a monster. Granted, super tedious, lots of just back and forth, trying to find good monsters. But there was more enjoyment and excitement in there because you didn't know what you were going to get. And obviously it was a PS1, so it took forever to load the games.
Yeah, with the, oncoming, I say oncoming as if it isn't already here, but with the digital age and everything, things like that have been taken away from us, sadly, because that's such a novel idea, especially for a PS1 game. So it's sad that we're not going to see anything on that level of creativity again, unless, Hideo Kojima just does something out of left field that blows everybody away, which is always possible. So,
no, agreed, but I think you're absolutely right. I mean, this is something that we wouldn't see in this day and age. Like, I feel like we've passed this novelty.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I wonder if the name they're going to type is inappropriate.
I hope not.
Okay, something tells me it's Miguel. All right, it's Miguel. Miguel, thank you for your gameplay footage.
We appreciate. This video was actually uploaded by Handheld Players. So
Handheld Players.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, you can shout them out in the comments or go to their comments and say thank you. Hey, you were featured on this podcast. Granted, they're not going to know who we are, but
yeah. So make sure you go and let Miguel know.
Yeah, let him know his. We appreciate his service.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, these games, like I said, man, they're a ton of fun. But with all the stuff that's going on, it's nice to have someone that's kind of that has your back. And man, Holly was one of those that was just like, she was always helpful. I don't know. It's nice having that nice support character. And
so
in the animated series, she's actually much more rounded in the animated series. Obviously, like, she has a voice and her own personality and stuff like that. But yeah, it just, even in the cartoon, like, it was so good too. So
is she kind of like a more roundabout Nurse Joy?
No,
like,
I mean,
she just doesn't do specifically healing, but everything else too.
No, I mean, yeah, she's the one that's like, hey, you have these tournaments coming up. Like, hey, do you want to go on this expedition? Hey, why don't you help XYZ? Or, hey, you're struggling with your monster being too tired. Maybe you should let him rest. Or he's being too ornery or something like that. Like, she's actually kind of there to help you, lead you in the right direction. And
gotcha, okay.
like I said, she's an actual assistant. But like I said, it's nice. And again, I love this game. I love the cartoons. Like, they were actually really good shows back in the day, kind of like the Pokemon cartoon and all that stuff. But I don't know, man. She was one of the first ones that actually came to mind when I was like, man, favorite side characters. That, of course, someone that we haven't talked about, a million and one times already. But
yeah, exactly.
That's the tough part right now, is we can think of a ton of them, but it's like, maybe we should try someone a little different, kind of keep things. And I can say this, if you haven't played Monster Rancher before, this is an old PS1 game. Like, this is something, I feel like, in all fairness, this is probably a game like me and like 5 other people liked, but I know that's not true because these games sold like crazy, and again, they did an animated series. But if you haven't played these, I say do yourself a favor, try them out. They did remake it for the Switch, and they actually brought it to Steam as well. And then they did a new one recently. I say new, it's been like probably 2 or 3 years, but they did Monster Rancher Ultra Kaiju. And
yeah, you told me about it.
You can basically raise your own Godzilla-style monsters and battle them and stuff like that. So, like I said, great games. If you haven't had a chance, these things are dirt cheap. They're not, unless you're looking for like the original copies, they're not super expensive games. I strongly encourage you guys to check them out. So,
you know what? I'm gonna just, on Andy's behalf, Koei Tecmo, you heard the man. Stop making Dynasty Warriors games and make some more Monster Rancher.
I 100% agree, and to be honest, even though the originals were my favorite, I would like to see a Monster Rancher 3 and 4 DX.
Yeah.
That would be something I would like to see, but, that's just me, and I'm sure, again, there's only a handful of people that might feel that way too, but it is what it is, so.
Yeah, fair enough.
But cool, I'm gonna end it there, unless you got anything to add to it, or if you just want to go into your first one.
Nope, I don't know anything about Monster Rancher, so
that hurts my soul a little bit. But all right, I'm gonna roll it into you, man. You're up next.
All right, so we got this is a franchise that we have definitely talked about on this podcast, but it's one that I actually tend to I guess poo-poo on a little bit more than I talk about its I sing its praises. But that's for good reason. Once everybody realizes what it is, because it's good old Kingdom Hearts, my love-hate relationship at its finest. And specifically, though, I'm going to be talking about Donald and Goofy, because they are the original homies. They're with you from the very beginning in Kingdom Hearts 1, and they're with Sora every step of the way. For anyone's that, well, I was about to say any game that he is present in, but that's not necessarily true.
Fair.
but they're definitely all in the mainline games, and by that I mean the numbered entries, which there's only 3.
For now.
Yeah, and technically all the games are mainline games, and they're all canon to the story, and plus you need to play them. But you know what? No, I'm not. I'm not going down this rabbit hole.
We don't have that much time, man.
Yeah. But Donald and Goofy are homies, even though they really drive me up the wall sometime. Especially Donald. Donald is borderline useless majority of the time. He's always dying. He's using potions whenever I don't want him to use potions. He's casting magic in the wrong direction. He's there. He's with me.
I have to give the viewers or listeners kind of a peek behind the curtain. While we were setting this up, my wife came in here and was excited that we were talking Kingdom Hearts, but she was upset we weren't talking about Axel, and went on this tirade about how useless and how much she hates Donald. So, even though she loves Goofy, but Donald's pretty useless and stuff like that. So there was a conversation before we even started here. So I find that funny that you're kind of digging into that. So.
Well, I mean, she's absolutely right, though. That's the thing.
Yep.
But he's there, He's a good old Disney comic relief, and I mean, Goofy does that better. And
yep.
Goofy does literally everything else better in this game too. But they're a pair. You gotta have them. They're like peanut butter and jelly. So you can't have one without the other, in my opinion. And like I said, they're Sora's. They're his homies. They're there with him every step of the way, and so that's why they're important to me, because without them, there would be no Kingdom Hearts, because the Kingdom Hearts is the friends we made along the way.
Nice, I like that.
Yeah, there we go.
Man,
Anyway,
there's such good games though.
Yeah, do you have any thoughts or anything you want to say?
No, I mean, I played the first Kingdom Hearts a long time ago when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
I watched my wife play 2, and I watched her play most of 3, and I know the the obsession over this game. I know how strong it can be for some, and I know there's just so much to this lore and to this game. So I've always wanted to dig into it, but I also don't because I know how much there is.
Man, as somebody who's played every single game and who is a big fan, let me just say this now: just don't bother. Like, I'm being serious. Just don't bother.
That's the thing. Like I know it's such an undertaking just to do that because there is so much to this. And honestly, like I have fond memories of playing this, but I also have fonder memories of watching my wife play and seeing my wife get so excited about finishing 3. I think when she finished Kingdom Hearts 3, she burst into my room like freaking out, explaining everything to me, like so excited. And it was such a, I want to say it was a cute moment, but it was like it was nice to seeing that passion that she had for the game that I know I've had for millions of other games, but it's nice seeing it in her with this game. So it was like, I know there's so much to these, but it's like, I don't know if I have the time or the dedication to do so.
Dude, don't even get me started on Kingdom Hearts 3. That by the time credits were rolling on Kingdom Hearts 3, I was angry because Kingdom Hearts 3 did everybody dirty. So.
Oh, she was super happy with how like everything went. She was happy with it. Like there was things she wasn't 100%. And she was talking about it setting up other things for 4 and the next part. I to be honest, I don't know. That's something like you two would have to talk about, but
oh yeah.
Yeah, like I know it's obviously a big deal with this franchise. So I own them. I just don't think I would ever go through and play all of them because I know that's like a good 6 months out of my life, you know.
Yeah, just don't.
Yeah.
just don't even bother, man. I'm sorry, like I said, I love this franchise to death, and because I love this franchise to death, I feel like I've earned the right to say that. So.
And I think, man, I don't want to sully that, because even the small experience I do have with these games, they are such fond memories, like in good memories, and I'm afraid that I'm just going to be like, oh, it's so much, and just get, like, I'm so done with this. It's like, I'm good where I am. So
if you want to, just go on YouTube and literally just look
watch the videos.
Watch a big lore video that explains everything, and then whenever Kingdom Hearts 4 eventually comes out, you can just hop right in.
Yeah, so like 2072 when that comes out.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they'll delay that like crazy. I know how that goes. But do you have anything else before we jump on to the next one?
Nah. Gonald. Gonald and Doofy are homies, man.
It sounds like it. But alright, so I'm gonna jump into my next one. And to be honest, this one's kind of a meme, in my opinion. Like, he's still one of my favorites though, but this one's kind of a meme. This one was more for fun. But there's like, we've played tons and tons of games, and I will say this is probably one of my favorite franchises as of recently. Like, I say recently as more modern gaming. What?
Are you're still showing Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah, no, I haven't switched it over yet.
I thought you switched it over.
No, I haven't switched it over yet. But
okay.
Like the people that have played this franchise know exactly when I say the words "praise the sun."
Yeah.
Like there's nothing else that you really need to say when it comes to Knight Solaire from the original Dark Souls game. He's like, I can't tell you how many memes, how many pieces of art that literally just popped up on the screen have pulled up, and it's just all been Knight Solaire, and he's everywhere. He's obviously Comic-Con cosplayers. They even did an amiibo for him. And in all fairness, that amiibo sells for like a couple $100, man. Like that's a very valuable one, and I wish I had it. Like I would love to find that.
I thought you
But
got it.
no, that was one I did not get.
Oh.
Unfortunately, I got to keep an eye out for it. But man, this character is so like it's a very short and simple character, especially in the game. There's not a whole lot to him. If I remember correctly, he's like going after his son, and at one point,
Don't ask me.
he thinks he found his son, and he goes crazy and starts like attacking you or something like that. But you have the opportunity to save him if you sacrifice enough humanity, and you can bring him back, and he'll help you actually fight the final boss in the game. So there's kind of like a story arc there that'll help you, you know, bring this guy back from the brink of insanity and help you finish the game. But the best part about this character is, man, like obviously the meme and the art and all that stuff has come out and it's been super popular, but everybody knows the pose of holding your arms up in the air and saying praise the sun. And it sparked so much when it came to these games. And like, I don't know, man, like he's like one of like, I had to ask my wife like what her idea was. And she was like, I'm surprised you didn't say Solaire. And I was like, Jesus Christ, I can't believe I didn't think of that. So I have to give credit to her. She's the one that gave me this idea, but it's 100% true. He is definitely one of the side characters that I think definitely stole the spotlight when it came to the Souls games, but obviously to like the cosplaying and the gaming community, he definitely stands out. And now
that's fair.
Have you messed with Souls 1?
No.
Jesus Christ, man.
Or 2 or 3 for that matter.
Well, I know you've played a little Bloodborne, very little.
Yes, very little. Very little.
And you've played a little Elden Ring, right? Okay.
And a little Demon Souls, and yeah, that's about it.
We got to get you into the Souls games, man.
The problem is, and I've said it once, and I'll say it again. I don't know. I don't remember if I specifically have said it for this podcast, but I don't feel incentivized to play them because I am a big story person, and I understand that Dark Souls has lore out the wazoo, and you know me, I'm a big lore person. All of my favorite franchises have a ton of lore to them for the most part.
Yep.
And so you would think, and also I love larger than life boss battles in games. So you would think that the Soulsborne games, just in general, would be right up my alley. But I just do not feel incentivized to continue to play because it's not given to me directly. I at least need something baseline given to me. I don't mind digging for everything else, but I need something small to just kind of push me through, so that way I feel incentivized to see how it all ends and how it all comes together.
So I get it. I agree. My wife can actually attest to this too, but when we were playing Dark Souls, we kind of said the same thing. Is obviously there's a story, but you really have to dig for it. You really got to find it on your own. And there's a part in Dark Souls 1 where you meet a dragon called Seath the Scaleless. I think it's Seath. I think Seath the Scaleless. But you're in a library, and there's like pieces of information throughout the library. And we started digging and finding a little bit more of the lore. And the crazy thing about it is when we got those small pieces, it just kind of everything fit together. And then all of a sudden, it just felt like an avalanche of information just over us. Like, oh my God, that makes sense here because this, and this. And it was like, once we got to that point, we could not stop. Like, we enjoyed the game regardless. Like, we liked the challenge. We liked the larger than life bosses and stuff like that. But for me specifically, I can't speak for her, but I know for me, that's when the lore really kind of just like took over for me, and I was like, oh my God, like that's incredible. I didn't even think of that. So what about this then? And like really started digging into it, and I fell in love with it, man. So these are, I can't again recommend enough. These are games to play, but they are games that'll put you in your place too. So,
and I have such a deep desire to play them. I'm not even going to lie, but And it's not even a whole thing about difficulty or anything because there's nothing that I can't overcome. I do believe that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just something that you have to learn and you have to play and you just have to get better at. Okay? And that's fine with me. But like I said, I don't feel incentivized to get better. And I
Yeah.
honestly, from what the little I've played, I wouldn't even say I'm really bad at these games,
Yeah.
but I just don't want to continue.
Fair enough.
But like I said, I do have a very deep desire to play them, and especially Bloodborne because of how much you just talk up Bloodborne and how everybody on the planet Earth is just like Bloodborne is my favorite game ever made, and I'm just sitting here like I don't see it. How?
It's good. Like all of these games are super good, man. I love this franchise, like the Souls games. Even even some of the Souls like games that we've gotten. Some of them have been really bad, but some of them have been really good.
Liza P.
That like yeah, exactly. Like Liza P is probably one of the best Souls like I've played.
See, and I bought it, but I still haven't played it. So maybe whenever I sit down and play Liza P, it will incentivize me to play everything else.
Fair. That one's actually got a really good story to it as well, and that one actually gives you the story up front more so than most of the Souls games. But that is another one I recommend. But yeah, no, kind of going back to the topic just so we can keep it going because I know we're trying to wrap it up a little bit quicker than normal. But Solaire, man, like this character, to me, when I think Dark Souls, this is the image I see. Because I see him doing the praise the sun, standing there with his arms up in the air. And then obviously we've had all the memes and the art pieces and stuff. So this would be one of my favorite characters who is not a main character. So
well, even I know who he is, and I haven't played it. So.
All right, well, that's gonna be my second one. So what do you got, man? What's your second one?
Next up, it's another cop out like my first one because my first one was a combination of 2 characters, but this one is a combination of 4 characters. So, because I'm leaving the 5th one out because his name's on the title. But I have a very deep-seated love for Donkey Kong 64. And I even think it is better than Mario 64. I don't care what anybody says. Banjo-Kazooie's still better. But Donkey Kong 64, I love it to death. I think it's fantastic. And specifically, Diddy, Lanky, and Chunky, and Tiny, who are the other playable characters of the game. They are the side characters. I don't care if you say they're the main characters because you can play as them. Their names aren't in the title. It's not Diddy Kong 64, Lanky, Tiny, or Chunky. So they're side characters.
That doesn't roll off the tongue.
Yeah, who wants to play Chunky Kong 64? Okay, let's be honest here. So... But my thing is I have such fond memories of this game growing up playing this all the time and trying to figure out how to rescue the Kongs so that way I could play as them, how to get Lanky Kong, how to get Chunky Kong, how to get Diddy and Tiny, even though Diddy is actually pretty straightforward. It doesn't take that much effort to get Diddy. But I love all 4 of them, and I love the whole DK crew. And Donkey Kong 64 is just fantastic, and part of the reason that I love it so much is because of these characters. They are just dripping with personality. Each one is so uniquely different from the other, and honestly, it's just a testament to Rare and their ability to craft characters that have so much personality with so little, if that makes sense.
No, I mean, that was kind of the thing in the to me in the kind of like the 64 era was they made so much out of so little.
Yeah.
So
especially Rare.
Yeah, like we already talked about that, but yeah, no, that's Rare is still just like one of the better studios. It was one of the better studios back in the day for sure. So,
but what's your thoughts on Donkey Kong 64
again?
And the Kongs?
I've never played 64, man.
Wait, I thought you had.
No, I've never played Donkey Kong 64.
Do you even own a copy, good sir?
I don't actually. I don't think I own 64.
Oh my gosh! Next week,
I mean, I might
hang out. I'm bringing my copy.
I might have played it back in the day, but I maybe rented it or something. But I've never invested a ton of time into this one, is what I can say. But no, I mean, it's kind of like I was saying, man. This is like the 64, in my opinion, was like the pinnacle of 3D platformers. Or maybe even the beginning of pinnacle Like, I don't know, like, but like for me, Banjo-Kazooie, Mario 64, those were incredible games.
Man, let me see if I can find it. You can keep talking. I'm looking for something pertaining to Donkey Kong 64.
But I was just like I said, I haven't played this one specifically, but I love the Donkey Kong games. Like I grew up playing Super Nintendo's Donkey Kong and stuff like that. And when they did Tropical Freeze on the Switch, my little sister and I played it. And I love these games, man. Like, they're great games. So I'm sure 64 is, still good as well. I know you're 100% about this. I think didn't you 101% this or whatever? Or?
That's what I was fixing to lead into, because whenever I was a kid, I was terrible at this game. And then, I never beat it growing up. And then whenever COVID hit, and you and I were working together and we both had to be home, I was like, man, what am I going to do with my time? And I decided, I was like, I'm finally going to beat Donkey Kong 64, but I didn't just beat it, I 101%ed it. Here's my proof, because I took a picture of it and I still have it to this day. So that way it is cemented that I 101%ed Donkey Kong 64 in less than 24 hours too. I know speedrunners probably put me to shame there.
So
but
what
you
is
know what?
What is the 1%? What is the 101% constitute?
There's an extra golden banana.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. Not to diminish your achievement there, but I was just curious.
Oh yeah, no, that's it. So you have to collect all the golden bananas. You have to unlock every character. You have to get the rare coin, and you have to get the Nintendo 64 coin. You have to I feel like there's something else I'm missing there. You have to get all the boss keys and something else too that I can't remember.
Okay.
But
all right. Well, I mean,
Nintendo, bring it to NSO.
I mean, we're about to get Bonanza, so I mean,
yeah, we talked about that last episode, and we don't want this one to turn into a 2-hour-long episode.
Nope,
so
I know.
We should probably move on from.
But I'm just saying, we've got a new one in the works, thankfully. So.
Oh yeah, no, I can't wait. So.
But all right, so yeah, we're on to our last ones, guys. So we got 2 more we're gonna go for. To me, so I'm gonna be completely upfront. This was the character that inspired this topic for me. And to give it a little bit of backstory, I grew up watching. Again, we've talked about we're big horror fanatics and stuff like that. Like, this isn't a secret, even though we still haven't talked about anything movies or anything other than video games. But horror was a huge influence for me growing up. I loved, watching horror movies and stuff like that. But one of the biggest things I grew up, and I still am a big fan of, was Tales from the Crypt. And specifically the Crypt Keeper. I think he's one of the coolest characters. I love the concept of a man, like the man telling these stories. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was always a neat thing. So when they came out with the Dark Pictures series, obviously there was Until Dawn and stuff like that, but that doesn't apply here. But the Dark Pictures series is an anthology. There's actually a series of these stories, and they have a character who tells these stories, and his name is the Curator. And I really hope we don't even get copyrighted because of the music that's playing in the background of the trailer. I didn't even think of that.
That's okay. We're not monetized anyway.
Fair. But, man, like, and I know we talked, you've played some of these, like,
I played all but one of them.
Okay.
I have not played the most recent one. Is it Devil in Me or Devil?
The Devil in Me, yeah.
Devil in Me, yeah. So I played.
That one's actually really good.
I played Man of Medan or Madan, however it's pronounced.
Yeah.
Little Hope. Little Hope is fantastic.
Little Hope is amazing. House of Ashes.
House of Ashes. I really enjoy House of Ashes too, actually.
Yeah.
It's not anything to write home about, but it was still very, very good. But no, I never played Devil Within, and I heard that it's pretty middle of the road, actually. So you're the first person I've ever heard say that it's good.
I liked it. It's not my favorite, though.
Yeah.
Like, to me, Little Hope was the best. Mm-hmm. I really enjoyed House of Ashes. I really enjoyed Devil in Me. And to be honest, Man of Medan was the one I liked the least.
Yeah, it's a little rough around the edges, that's for sure. But the Curator, though. Yeah,
so that's what I was going to say, though. The reason I'm asking is, obviously you've played these. Is it a bad comparison to compare him to the Crypt Keeper?
No. He embodies everything about horror anthology shows around that time, such as The Crypt Keeper, Alfred Hitchcock Presents.
Yeah,
There we go.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, Rod Sterling in Twilight Zone. Yep, he embodies all of it, and it's under the guise of there's a larger story. So, and they've announced what the next like 5 Dark Pictures games is, and one of them though, the title of it makes me really think that it's going to be about him and his character.
I haven't actually seen that yet.
Yeah,
I didn't know
it came out years ago. I'm surprised you haven't seen that.
Well, I know they talked about Series 2, but I hadn't seen anything on the announcements of the next series. I'll have to look into that.
Oh yeah. So the next one is Directive 8020 or something like that.
Yeah, I know that one.
Yeah, and it's coming out, I believe, this year.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a couple of other ones, but one of them, though, and this isn't spoilers, this is just speculation, because we're not really sure who the curator is.
Yes.
We just know that he is the deliverer of these stories, though, and each game is its own individual story.
Yep.
My thought and my theory is that he is Death.
I mean, that fair. So yeah, that's kind of... Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
And I was just going to say, they have a game coming out that unless they've changed the name of it or I got it wrong, it was Dark Pictures Anthology Oh Death. Like the song Oh Death.
Yep.
Yeah. So I am really curious to see if a future installment in this franchise is going to tackle him as a character, and if he is really going to play the larger role I think he is going to play eventually.
So that's my thing. Like, when it comes to certain characters and character development, like, I like the character behind the curtain that's pulling all the strings. Like, when it comes to like Game of Thrones, Littlefinger, he was one of my favorite characters of that show, even though kind of, I don't know, like, he wasn't really a main character, but he was always my favorite. I always told my wife, I was like, the dangerous man in the entire Game of Thrones universe is Littlefinger right there. Like, that's the most dangerous man in the room right now. And I kind of see, this is why I like the curator so much, is because I don't think I mean, obviously if that theory is true, he's a dangerous man, but I don't see him as a dangerous man in this presentation. I just see the man behind the string, or pulling the strings, the man behind the curtains. And to me, that's what interests me in this character. And
I definitely don't think he's a threat.
I need to find out who's playing him, because I want to give the man props. But whoever's doing this, I can't think of his name. He is doing phenomenal with this character, and I am all for it. I'm more excited to see more on the curator than I am the stories sometimes.
Me too, man. Me too. I have to agree with you 100% on that. The only reason that I even feel incentivized to play Devil in Me is because I want to see the curator again. If I'm being completely honest, so.
It's actually pretty good, man. Like, it's nothing new, but it is a game I definitely recommend playing. Like, it was a good story, and it's actually based off a true story too. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, it's based off of H.H. Holmes' Murder House.
Yep. Yeah. And they did a good job with it, man. Like, I didn't know anything on the story originally, and my wife was like, "Is this the actual H.H. Holmes?" I was like, "I have no idea," and we played it, and it was, and she was like, "Holy shit, this is actually pretty good." Like, I enjoyed the story. I usually play those games with my wife. Like, she takes half the cast, I take the other half, and we kind of play together. So that's probably why we enjoy it more. But it is worth checking out. But like, I have to give props. Like, the reason this topic came to be was specifically the curator. Like, this is one of my favorite characters, who is not the main character of the story, but absolutely 110% leaves a presence there.
Oh yeah, I can't agree with you more, man, honestly.
But I'm gonna leave it at that, unless you have anything else, and I will let you take our last piece.
No, I've said my piece on the curator, so we're moving on now.
All right.
So we're getting straight to it. I mean, you can already see it on the screen right now. It is a franchise.
I thought it was going to be blacked out. Sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. This is a franchise I've talked about multiple times on this podcast, but it's been a while since I've talked about it in depth, even though I have little jabs and stuff here and there about it. But Crash Bandicoot franchise I love to death, and Coco Bandicoot is one of the unsung heroes of this franchise. She's definitely gotten more spotlight nowadays, But whenever it comes to her older brother Crash, of course she usually gets the back seat. But it's gotten to the point now though where you can't have a Crash Bandicoot title without her being a playable character. So she's definitely, taken more of a forefront center presence. So what can I say about her? She's great, she everything about her everything about Crash that makes him good is the same for Coco, but just I guess as a foil you could say, because Crash is a dumb idiot who is just lovable and he's just kind of there, and Coco is insanely intelligent, and so like I said, kind of like a foil.
Yeah, polar opposites kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. So she is, like I said, you can't have a Crash game nowadays without her, and she definitely has a massive following in the Crash, community. A lot of people play as her in Crash Team Racing. Mm-hmm. A lot of people play as her in the Insane Trilogy and also in Crash Bandicoot 4. So she has a big following, and she does have a huge fan base, and I think she is a fantastic side character who is getting all the love that she deserves, to be right alongside her older brother.
Man, these are such good games. Like, I just remember playing, like, the older Crash games, just really enjoying them.
Dude, I have Insane Trilogy, Crash 4, and CTR Nitro Fueled installed on my console at all times because I revisit them almost yearly. So.
Oh, I know. You're a big fan, but I just keep, like, I don't want to say I forget, but it's just kind of like, oh man, I always forget how good these games actually are, like good platformers, just stuff like that.
Man, if you want to have a really good time, you should try getting platinum in all of them like I did.
I don't know if that's sarcasm or not.
Why do you say that?
Because I remember you going through the platinum process on a lot of these. Man,
I'm not going to lie. Yeah, so the only one I haven't platinumed yet is Crash Bandicoot 4, and honestly, it's just because I'm just procrastinating on it because I don't want to do it, because I don't want to break my thumbs. But I have platinumed the entire Insane Trilogy, and I platinumed CTR Nitro Fueled, and 4 is on the docket. It's just more of a thing of when I feel like, being a masochist and torturing myself is whenever I'll get around to doing Crash 4. So.
Because I also remember your CTR runs, if I remember correctly, because you have to beat like the dev times and stuff like that, and
you don't have to beat dev times, thankfully. You have to beat nitrous oxides times, though.
Oh, okay.
So,
because I remember struggling with that one. I say struggling. I remember you being frustrated with that one, I should say.
Yeah, for platinum, dev times are not required, but they are an option, and you do get collectibles from doing them.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So, and, screw that. I'm good. I love it, but not that much. I don't want to torture myself. Like, I not to, pat myself on the back or anything too much, but I'm pretty good at Crash Team Racing. But I don't want to torture myself. And that's too much. That's too much. I platinumed it. I'm happy with that.
I'm done. I've paid my dues.
Yeah, and I still play it randomly all the time anyway, so.
But no, I remember you going through that, so.
Yep. Anything you got to say about Coco, though?
No, I mean, I don't have a whole lot to say on her. I mean, it just, again, these are, like, the whole Crash universe, man. There's so many good characters and whatnot to pick from, so, like, I don't think you're wrong either way on who you would have picked. Like, there's definitely plenty of good side characters and just, again, a good universe to pick from, so.
I was really close to picking Cortex.
Yeah.
Really, really close, but I decided on Coco, but Cortex was a close contender, so.
To be honest, I'm surprised you only picked one Crash character, in all fairness.
Why? Because I copped out on my other two picks and did multiple characters.
I mean, fair. I didn't even think of that, but yeah. You could have just been like, I'm going to do all of the Crash. We're going to do a whole Crash course on all this.
Yeah, all the Crash Bandicoot characters are fantastic characters. Pull up a trailer for all of them right now.
Yep. We're going to make this a very long episode.
Just pull up a video of somebody going through the CTR Nitro Fueled roster.
There we go. Again, we don't have that much time.
No. We sure don't.
All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for us, guys. Those are those are three. I'm not going to say our top, you know,
but
picks,
just some of our favorites.
Yeah, picks of side characters. But I will say those are definitely three that we could definitely agree are worthwhile of being in that category. I'll say that. I guess is probably the best way to put it. But yeah, like I said, this one's going to be kind of a shorter one, guys. We've been putting a lot of work and effort into a lot of other things, so we're going to kind of tie this one up and try and get out a little bit early. But do you have anything else you want to cover real quick, man? Anything else you want to say?
I know this one was short, sweet, and simple, but sometimes that's what it needs to be. So I hope y'all love it and enjoy it anyway. And of course, Andy and I are going to try to be back every week. You know, we missed a week, but him and I both needed that downtime for personal reasons.
Yep.
So, but we're definitely going to try to be back here every week. Our hardest, like Andy said at the top of the video, this was very last minute for us to record this one. And that's my fault because I was having technical difficulties because my internet was being stupid.
I mean, but it happens.
Yeah. Yep, it happens. So we're here now. We're going to be here next week. We're going to be here the week after. 100 years, Rick and Morty. 100 years, Andy and Chandler. Andy and Chandler forever.
There we go. I love it. I love it. I saw that they announced the new season and stuff like that too. So.
Yeah, I did too. Oh, this can be a podcast topic still for closing out. But did you watch Common Side Effects yet?
I haven't. I need to.
You need to so much.
I will pull it up after this and put it in a list. So, like, what's it on again? Is it Max?
It's on Max, yeah. Okay. It's only 10 episodes long, dude. Each episode's like 20 minutes.
Okay.
They just Adult Swim actually renewed it for a second season before the season even ended, and that is something they normally don't do.
Okay. So, another thing though, we need to talk about some games we need to play because I think we have a game that we need to check out. Have you heard of Schedule 1?
No.
You need to
sit on.
It's PC.
It's PC.
Yeah, it's on Steam. It's basically Breaking Bad.
It's Breaking Bad?
Yeah. It's Breaking Bad.
Wait,
and it's co-op.
Is this the drug dealer simulator game?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just called Drug Dealer Simulator.
No, that's another game. They're actually being sued by that game.
By Schedule 1 or Drug Dealer
No,
Simulator?
Schedule 1 is being sued by the company that made Drug Dealer Simulator.
Oh, okay, because I'm guessing they're very close.
Yeah, they're very similar, but apparently Schedule 1 is doing very well. But it's co-op, and it looks hilarious, and I think we could have some fun with it.
That's already goofy looking already, man. Oh.
Yeah. We need to play this, so. But that's kind of the other part of the topic, like he was saying. We are definitely going to be here. Hopefully we're going to be back to our normal routine where we record this on a day and it gives us a few days to edit and stuff like that. So we'll get back to that routine, guys, I promise. But as always, we appreciate you always stopping by, listening, supporting. Again, don't forget to hit the thumbs up because that does help us out. And you can always follow us on our individual channels. I'm at Your Madrigal. He's at Neon L. Johns. And yeah, hopefully we can get back to start gaming together, putting more content up. We just had, life happens sometimes, unfortunately, and we're playing catch up at this point. So hopefully we can get back to that routine. Mm-hmm. But unless you got anything else, man.
Nah, thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for being here every week. And also a little foreshadowing, but because y'all went and just gave so much love to the Mario tier list, I think I feel a tier list coming on in the future. So how about y'all down in the comments below, let us know a tier list that you would like to see, and Andy and I will do another tier list episode in the near future.
That's so funny. I haven't even been paying attention to the tier list episode. You're the one that's kind of taking that. You're the one that's watching that.
I keep looking at it. Every time I hop on YouTube, I'm like, I wonder how the Mario tier list is doing.
The funny thing is it's probably not. It's probably you giving that video the views, and you're like, oh, we got another one. We got another one.
I've only watched it once. So you can't say that. It's not me.
That's funny. But all right. Well, maybe you have a tier list in your future, guys. But we do have some user or listener suggested topics that we're gonna go over too. So we got a couple different topics we're gonna go over. But again, that's for the future, guys. As always, we appreciate you watching, and don't forget, guys, let's keep it uncultured.